What's going on, all you lovely people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael Hora, and this is a lovely penguin. Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be doing the set breakdown for BTS's Permission to Dance. What a freaking fun song. If you guys haven't watched my reaction to it, make sure you go do that. And if you haven't heard the song, what have you been living under a rock? Because apparently I was. Whatever. But yeah, we are going to be doing the set breakdown. Before we do, guys, please sub to the channel so we can keep on growing and doing our thing. And then check the description down below for some more cool stuff. There might be some surprises in there. There's not. It's social media stuff. But hey, it's fun. All right, let's go. So, first things first, for this video, they definitely shot on location. It turns out this was actually in Korea. My brain couldn't wrap around where exactly it was. It looks like it's in the States, especially because all the writing's in English and such. So I kind of just assumed it was in the States, but apparently it was in Korea. Thanks to, I believe, V said that during the behind the scenes video. But because they're on location, there is some things here that are brought in. I believe they did bring in this whole like cargo thing, like a freight. I am blanking on what these are called. Oh my gosh. Freight container? Is that what they're called? I am blanking, guys. I don't remember. It's what you put on the back of a truck. I don't know. It's a storage thing. You guys know what it is. Shut up. I am having a hard brain fart right now. But however, the only thing that they did to this is that they painted on it. So I actually like the fact that you know, it's not perfect. So you know that they actually painted it. And you can kind of tell because, like, they did the classic start off real big, and then towards the end, it starts getting smaller and a little bit more confined. Because they're trying to keep it within the one space. And then also, yeah, you can kind of see the letters aren't all matching up perfect or whatever, but that means it was hand done. So one of the art department people definitely just painted that on there. And then a nice little effect is probably while the paint was, like, pretty close to dry, if not still a little bit wet, they probably took like a little spray gun with water and just on it to get it to drip a little bit, so it looks a little bit nicer. And then on top of it too, they did another one over here, live like we I don't know what it says there, like we're golden. But yeah, it's a really cool little rig, cool setup here. And then also they definitely show this sign off quite a few times here. Really simple sign to make. You're basically just going to get a wood stake. You can get like an 8-foot long stake, a wood stake, and then just get a bunch of, it looks like these are probably 1x4s. You just cut them, cut a little point at the end, right on them. Los Angeles, Sydney, I don't know what that one says, Seoul. And yeah, then you just nail them to the stake, and you stab the stake into the ground. Bada boom, bada bing. You got some signage. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then also it's nice too, when we're watching the behind the scenes as well, you got to see that they actually tie a little string onto this balloon, so they're not just letting it go and potentially harming a little animal somewhere or just even the environment. But they have a little string on it so that they can pull it back. You know, they actually, I think they use the exact same balloon for when those when we see the little kids, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So I don't know where exactly this was taken, but I'm pretty sure this is, I've got to be pretty close to where the main set was. This, I don't believe, is on the same location. It just looks just different enough that I feel like it might be different. It could even be some sort of little like cafe restaurant type of a deal that they just rented out for like the morning or something, and they filmed in it. But yeah, I mean, it's a really great location for the most part, and there's a part of me that thinks that a lot of this stuff was probably there to begin with, like the shelves and all the stuff that's on the shelves, all these plants and whatnot, especially the vines and stuff, because those are already kind of like woven through everything. So for the most part, a lot of the dressing that would happen is like these potted plants would be the ones that would be brought in by the art department. They also could have been on location to begin with, where they just grab them and bring them over in order to use them and make it look a little bit more proper. I'm sure there was more tables and stuff here that they cleared out, but left one up for the boys to be sitting around over there. Actually, there's 2 tables there, excuse me. And yeah, I mean, it's a really nice little location. Plus they got the piano, the classic piano for the BTS songs. Suga playing it because, you know, that's what he do. And yeah, and then also a couple more balloons. So realistically, probably not that much set dressing going on here. I think this is most likely majority of on location props, you know. And then the rest of the stuff is like, if they did bring things, they're all simple stuff to get from a prop house. So yeah, again, so this is the again what we were looking at kind of before. That's the trailer. Is that it? Tractor trailer. Jesus, I still feel like that's wrong. But either way, that's what JK was sitting up on top of earlier. And then they have this building, this like storefront that's like, I think they double it as a restaurant, but also as a laundromat. But again, this is a building that was actually there. They rented it out in order to film here. And then they just decorated it the way that they needed to. So like you could see they have like the handwritten stuff on the windows there. It's basically just kind of like washable paint. So it'll come off relatively easy so they can put it onto the windows and not worry about damaging things. And yeah, we'll see that a little bit better in some other shots later. Then they also have this gigantic wall piece here, which in fairness, I have no idea what the purpose of this wall would be besides just having like a big bit of art on it. But yeah, for the most part, I believe this looks like the art team was here again, painted this whole wall, made a nice mural here. Very fitting for the video, but then actually, if you kind of look closely, you can actually see this building back here. That is that like laundromat place that we were just looking at. So this is all one location as well. Yeah, it's an interesting little piece here for sure. And I'll say this, if this was painted by the art team, they most likely had a scissor lift with them so they can go up and down and they'll be able to have their paint up there as well. They can paint it real quick. For the most part, you can notice like the higher up bits, there's a lot less going on. So it's easier to just paint it all blue really quick and then go in and fine tooth comb it, if you would, with the words and stuff. But still, simple yet elegant. Yeah, actually, sorry. Now that you're seeing it at a more wide shot, you can totally tell that is the building. And then there's that trailer over there, too. Also, I think that's an outhouse. I might be wrong. I don't know. That has nothing to do with the video, though. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm wrong. I am totally incorrect. This is actually the backside of that building that they're at. You can see that there's all the writing on the windows, and that's actually the trailer outside up front. Yeah, excuse me. I am incorrect. This is that location, just the outside back door area of it. So that is actually pretty funny. So yeah, this is the inside of the laundromat. Like I said, for all this writing that's up on top of the windows, it's going to be paint that is more or less washable. It'll come off really easily. So like I said, when they rent out a building like this, you can't destroy the property. So it's something that you can wipe off relatively easy. And like I said, seeing that it is a set, I believe, or this could actually be, I wonder if this actually is a laundromat. I mean, it doesn't really make sense because it's in the middle of, it seems like it's in the middle of nowhere. But I don't know if this is like a set for shooting or if this is actually a laundromat or not. But if it was a laundromat, it would make sense for them to just have chairs like that. However, they are pretty clean looking and nice. So I would imagine this would either have to be a film set or they brought their own seats in, props. Another prop thing. But yeah, and then the other thing too is just making sure you get balloons ready to go. One simple thing with balloons that people tend to mistake for whatever reason is the way that you inflate them is you don't want to inflate them all the way up. You want to inflate them just enough that they're still kind of mushy a bit, just so that they're less likely to pop. Because when people blow them up too big, they get kind of stiff and then they'll pop easy, and you don't want that. And you waste balloons, you make a mess. Nobody wants that. It seems so simple, but it's something that like sometimes you actually have to tell people, be like, hey, you're putting too much air in these. Yeah, and then they literally have the reverse side here. Again, they actually have some more of those orange seats. They could have possibly just shifted them and moved them over. And then, yeah, you got a bunch of these other seats as well. I am pretty sure a lot of these props that are here were brought into the shoot just because they definitely all kind of match the same decor that they're going for and like the same color scheme. And weirdly enough, when you go to a location, oftentimes like there isn't a color scheme. So when you do see like matching colors and stuff, a lot of the times, like unless that person that you're renting from is some sort of a designer or something like that, there typically isn't. So yeah, weirdly enough, you have to actually bring stuff just so that it'll all match and kind of make a little more sense. So like seeing the different blankets having these like blue and orange, blue and yellow type thing. Even the beads here are blue or like teal and orange, or teal and orange, blue and orange, whatever. Orange, blue, orange, blue. You know what I'm talking about? Like it kind of all matches. And then plus I got the purple balloons because, you know, Army. And yeah. I will say too, I thought this in the first video when I first watched it, but I was like, whoa, is this like a little spring day reference here? Because I know that they have the shots in the laundry room as well. And then, I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Could just be something that was here and they just decided to use. I don't know. Probably not. Knowing BTS, there's definitely some backstory there. Also, these random little takes with the couple of people dancing are very much that. It's something that BTS wouldn't have actually been there themselves to film. They are hired extras who will come in. They're featured extras is what they're technically called, just because they don't really have any lines. They just are there dancing. But yeah, they just hire a couple people to come. They do their dance in their location, and then they just kind of clip it all together to make the video. But yeah, there's no real set dressing or anything going on here. So for the most part, it's just going to be... I mean, they probably weren't there for more than like 2 hours, potentially. Maybe 3, just because sometimes camera's a little slow. And yeah, that is a dig at camera. Always taking their time. So this is actually what I was talking about when I said they had the balloon with like it's actually fishing wire that they tied to the regular string. So when they let it go, you don't see the fishing wire go up with it, but they have a nice little string they can pull it back down. But these kids are so cute. They're so funny. Yeah, and then you get the nice big wide shot here at the end, which is pretty awesome. And they get the whole background crew flash mob thing going on, dancing it out. Yet again, not going to be much. The only real set dressing they're going to be is making sure that there's not that many rocks on the floor here, just because you don't want anybody rolling an ankle or something like that. Plus, sometimes in areas like this, there could be random like debris, trash, and whatnot. So usually we'll just go out there and comb the area a bit and make sure that there's enough room for everybody and that they'll be able to dance safely. And then also sometimes too, you might even have to pull a couple plants out of the ground. Not the biggest deal, but it's something you might have to do. It looks like they might have done something right here, actually. They might have pulled out a plant here just because you can see the dirt's kind of like ruffled up or overturned or whatnot. It's just a little darker here for no reason. And yeah, I know his shadow's there, but I mean, you can see in front of the shadow, it's a little darker than like the rest of the dirt in the background there. I also thought it was really sweet. This doesn't have anything else to do with the actual music video, but I thought it was very sweet that they brought the crew out as well in order to dance in the background here. So I did kind of mention it in the first video, but I have worked with BTS in the past, or their production teams. So there's a very good possibility that I might know some people from their art department in this video, potentially. I don't know if they actually worked on it or not, but yeah, I think this might be the art team over here. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, they were so nice to me, so I can't really say anything. I can't really say anything else, unfortunately. NDAs, you know. So yeah, guys, there wasn't all that much in terms of set dressing or carpentry or anything like that was going on. In fact, there was literally one piece of carpentry that I think they would have to have done, and it was that sign. But either way, it's a fun video. It's really nice, nicely done. It's nicely shot. It's got a really sick little theme going on of just like kind of happiness and excitement, and also a nice little color scheme too. Whereas it seemed like a lot of blue and orange or teal and orange or yellow kind of a thing going on, which is nice. You know, it's a nice feel. So yeah, that'll about do it for me for this one. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, and if you didn't, then screw you. No. I'm teasing. Either way, guys, I love you all. Stay aggressively positive. Sub to the channel. Don't be a dingus. We will catch you on the next one. Love you. Bye.